Right now, you got it on
Tino Cucino.
Tino Cucino Radio.
I guess I just really get excited to listen to it.
Sometimes people I don't know, man. They're just overly sensitive, and I'm curious if that's the case in today's listener therapy situation. Erica reached out. Very loyal listener. I appreciate you reaching out, but I don't know how I feel about it. I guess she wants to kind of, ghost her Tinder date because he tips crappy.
I feel that.
But he checks all the other boxes. Look, we're going to have Serina read the DM that Erica sent, and then we'll try and help out with our thoughts, comments, concerns. Listener therapy is kicking off. Tino Cucino Radio next. Okay, so even if you're not single, I want you to put yourself in this situation. Let's say you went on a date for the very first time and the person that you went with left a really crappy tip. Would that push you off? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you see that and be like, ugh, I can't give them another shot? Or, I mean, it's just the first date. It's just a tip. I don't know. That's the situation that our listener Erica's in right now. So she sent us a DM. She's looking for perspective. Serena's going to read it, and then we'll discuss. It is Listener Therapy on Tino Cucino Radio. Read that DM, please.
I went out with this guy last week who I matched with, and the whole date was perfect. He took me to a nice restaurant, he treated me nice, and he actually listened to me. At the end of dinner, he got up to go to the bathroom, so I checked the bill to see how much he tipped our server. He only gave her like a 10% tip, and she did a really good job. I used to be a bartender, so I'm really generous with tipping, and I don't like bad tippers. He's been hitting me up to go out again, but I'm not sure I can be with someone who lacks compassion and generosity.
Oh, God.
What did she say? He checked all the boxes. This good-looking guy gave me time and attention, and he listened to me, and it was amazing, but he didn't tip the server good. What does that have to do with you? I understand maybe in the long run, you want him to tip more. That could be a conversation that you have. But if he's giving you all the stuff you want, not every box is going to be ticked. This isn't a fantasy.
I feel like if he was rude to the server, that would be a red flag.
Yes.
But maybe he just doesn't know about tipping. Like, I feel like there's people who've never been in the food industry, so they have no idea what you're supposed to tip.
Yeah.
So she could have left, some more like money in their cash, a little
great
bit.
Point. Yeah, if you didn't like it, pitch in.
But if you saw that,
But I feel like I've done that before where like people have paid for me and then like I saw how much they've tipped. I'm like, oh, here's an extra 10, like throw it in there or something. So I feel like she could have done that, and even like you said, have a conversation next time. Like I feel like this is something that can be, I don't know, coached.
Yeah, I like that. Nicasio, you're a bad tipper. What are your thoughts?
I'm not a bad tipper. I just tip like based on the service they give me. So if they give me 10% service, that's what I'm going to give them. But I don't even think it's a girl's like. I don't even think it's any of your business. Like, stay out of his money. Like,
it's kind of funny. She looked at the receipt, right? Like he got up.
she got a little nosy.
That's a red flag.
You're supposed to investigate, right? First date, investigate people.
Oh, that's
what
a red
women
flag
do
too.
in general.
That's what everybody does.
Every woman is a PI. If you didn't know,
Great ones.
I want to take it to the phones and see what your thoughts are. I mean, would leaving a bad tip be enough for you to not date someone again? We'll see what you think next. All right, so we're inside Listener Therapy on Tino Cucino Radio. It's just us trying to help you out with whatever you got going on in your life, a little outside perspective. Today, we have a listener by the name of Erica that reached out because she basically is thinking of ghosting her Tinder date over his crappy tip. I guess they met up for a first date, and when he got up to go to the restroom, she looked at the receipt just to kind of see what he tipped, and he had only left a 10% tip.
Okay.
And since she used to work in like the service industry, she thought that wasn't that generous. So she's basically thinking this is going to speak to his character in the long run and she shouldn't date him again.
Oh my God.
Iris, does this sound wild or justified?
I think personally that it's ridiculous. That she may not be going on a second date due to his tipping habits. I mean, my fiance is pretty picky when it comes to tipping people, but I did have an ex before who he said even the most minimum tip was a big help because at the end of the day, you guys are serving so many people, so it all adds up at the end. So it's kind of like extra money for you on the side, but I don't think that's a valid reason for her not to see him again.
Right. It's just about communication. It always goes back to communication. He might not even know he's leaving a bad tip. In his mind, he might be like, yo, 10%, that's a good tip, right?
Yeah, because a lot of the times, too, people don't even know that they're tipping out the bartenders and the bussers. So even 10%, it might not be anything. They're just paying out the people that are helping him. So if she were to educate the date, then maybe he'll be like, oh, you know what? I should tip more.
Yeah, see, that's true. I didn't even take that into consideration. That is definitely true.
Coming up next.
Tino Radio.
Damn, when you cover up a tattoo, it's real, baby. And Drake has covered up a tattoo. Which one? If you haven't seen it, we're talking about it next. And if you have, it's LeBron James. But there's reasoning. We'll talk all about it. Next. Drake's feelings were hurt. That man covered up a tattoo. I get it. It's Tino Cochino Radio. Tea Time. Celebrity Chisme. That gossip. We might have to change the name of Tea Time, by the way, because you know that tea is not just gossip now, right?
No, I didn't. What is it?
Yeah, because now they do the whole thing where you're clocking the tea and you tap your fingers together.
Oh.
And tea, it's all.
Who's doing that?
I don't know, but whatever. We'll get to that later. Right now, the focus is Drake and his LeBron tattoo. It has been covered up. Serena, what did he cover it with?
He covered it with an SGA tattoo, who is another NBA player, and he's also from Toronto. So Drake had got his LeBron tattoo back in 2018, and it was a portrait of LeBron with his high school jersey. But if you remember with the whole Kendrick and, Drake beef, LeBron, he was at the concert in LA, and he was singing the song word for word. So everyone's like, ooh, is that why? Because you haven't really seen them hang out since
That's exactly why.
I mean, is that reason enough to cover up the tattoo?
Petty.
Yeah.
I mean, what if LeBron's a grown man? What if he just liked the song? He's in LA. Think about that. LeBron's in LA. He plays for the Lakers. You have Kendrick, who's from LA. It was an anthem all over the globe, but obviously based in LA. LeBron was just kind of in that cultural moment. Does it mean he doesn't like Drake? I don't think so. It was just part of the moment.
Yes, it was a song.
I mean, if you're a real one and you're about loyalty, you wouldn't switch up on your friends, right, Serena? You wouldn't switch up on your friend based on what city you're in.
But I think LeBron is friends with both of them, isn't he?
I know, but you know how close he was to Drake.
How does she know? They hang out?
I mean, we all see it. We know what it is.
I don't know.
Close enough to get a tap.
Drake's kind of a cheap cleat chaser, right? Like any athlete.
chaser?
A cleat chaser. Anyone that's like popping, he's like, ooh, this is my new guy. And SGA just won the MVP, so he's like, here's my new tattoo.
I don't know. You can't tell me anything. Drake did 3 sold-out shows in London, 3 different genres. Can't tell me
What
nothing.
does that have to do with this?
Nothing.
Yeah,
the boy is on top.
If you're a grown man calling another grown man the boy, that's wild.
The boy.
Nicasio and I have tattoos
Matching
together.
ones?
Okay.
We do have matching tattoos. If you were to leave this show, would you cover it? Do not lie.
It depends how I.
But why? Because we were friends before.
I know, but it depends how I leave the show.
If you got fired, would you cover it?
Of course.
Why? Why?
Because it's
What
just-
about everything you just said?
No, but it's just like that's different.
Why is it different?
Because Drake.
Because I'm not the boy.
Coming up next.
Tino Cochino Radio.
The number one sign you're in a healthy relationship. I want to share it with you. Next. All right, y'all. The number one sign that you are in a healthy relationship. Let's all listen. Let's all process, and let's all discuss. It's Tino Cochino Radio.
First argument we ever got into, he was telling me something and we were arguing a little bit and I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever, okay, I'm sorry, okay. And that was just kind of my always default, the okay syndrome. And he's like, no, we're gonna pause this for a second, but I hope you know I care enough about you to want to know your opinion, and I want you to fight with me. I want you to tell me how you feel. I don't want you to just say okay, because I don't want to win. I want us to both the common ground of wanting us to work together towards something, not about winning an argument. That was probably a very pivotal moment for me of realizing I had something I needed to work on, but also realizing I had a partner through the struggles that I was overcoming in myself.
Ooh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I saw this TikTok yesterday of a woman basically saying you have to find a partner that knows how to get through a struggle without running away, basically, or without not just deflecting, but being able to know that things are going to be better even though they're bad.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what so many people do, right? In that situation, they're having a fight, and instead of going through the fight to get to the better place, they'd rather just try and bypass it all and just say, okay, sure, whatever you need, fine. Instead of actually working through it. So you just put a Band-Aid on it, or you're just masking it instead of actually getting to the root of the problem to heal it, and you're just going to keep having it.
And my husband, I feel like he knows now because, like I said, when I get mad, I could be mad for a long time. And on just last week, he had came home and he had just a tone. He was just in a bad mood, but I was leaving to my little book club, so we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I was still upset. And then the next morning he could tell I was still upset, and he paused everything. He's like, look, I'm sorry that I came home. I had a bad day at work and I was just taking it out on you guys, because he just came in hot.
But why won't you let him be in his mood? Like, why did you have to get
You
mad
could be
too?
in your mood, but don't come home and take it out on us.
I know, but you got to understand, like, what if he had a hard day at work? Like, you got to kind of assume that too.
Well, then talk to me about it. Don't come home and just like bite my head off.
Maybe he wanted to, but you'd have to go to the book club.
Oh, and that's why he was mad.
I'm sorry, guys. Can I get some me time?
We just figured it all out. It's
Can
crazy.
I get some me time?
Who has a book club?
I'm really excited about this week's episode of our Is Anyone Listening podcast. Rapper Ojeezy, he's got his solo album out. He's got his new project out. The Shoreline Mafia project is out. And I feel like I've never really heard him open up the way he did with us, talking about like life and therapy and mental health. And I just think for a Latino male to be open about it, it was a beautiful thing. I want to share some of it with you next. So here at Tino Cochino Radio, we are mental health advocates. I just love talking about it, man, especially like when it comes to guys talking about it, because so many don't, you know? We always say, oh man, we don't need it, man. I am who I am because of what I went through. And I'm telling you, that is true. And I applaud you for that. But technically, that's not who you're supposed to be. That's who you are because of the circumstances that you went through. So imagine if you actually work on the things that you had from back then and apply them to your good version of who you are now. You're going to be even better version of yourself. That's a win for you, for your partner, for your kids, for whoever. And so when I find other dudes that want to talk about it, I'm ecstatic. And this week on my solo podcast, Is Anyone Listening, I sat down with rapper Ojeezy. Now, when you hear Ojeezy's music, you might not immediately think, oh, this guy's all about mental health. He sounds more like he's about cheek clapping and
self-made,
some street action. You know what I'm saying? But he really opened up about therapy and working on himself, and I love that.
I just started doing therapy like a year ago too. So therapy is helping me like communicate. It's helping me like with everything. Ever since I started, I've been recommending therapy to everyone I know.
The thing that guys always say is like, but I don't need it because I am who I am. I made it through it. It's like, that's right. You made it through it. But that is not who you were supposed to be.
I feel like not talking about like all the that hurt us or all the trauma we have, without talking about it, you can't heal from it. Like you don't subconsciously, like you could talk about it and then you don't know what it's doing, but talking about it is helping you heal.
Listen, I think this is a really cool conversation for you to share with maybe a young son that you have. It could be a young brother. And it's not just for men, right? The podcast, we talk to all kinds of different people, men, women, celebrities, actors, athletes, whatever it may be. We're just having good conversations. But this week specifically, I'm so excited about the episode. You can stream it now wherever you stream your favorite podcast. All you got to do is search for Tino Cochino. Is Anyone Listening? So we're all aware that Love Island is one of the biggest shows in the world. Everybody watching, for the most part. And even if you're not, you've at least heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's Tino Cochino Radio. Listen, there could be a spoiler or two that come out as we talk about it right now. So if you're not caught up, I mean, chances are you've already seen who won online and everything.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm just warning you now. But I came across this TikTok for everybody that's a fan of Huda. And I want to share it with you. And then, even if you're not a fan of the show, this still applies to life. Let's listen.
I think the only reason that people defend Huda on Love Island is because they identify that they have parts of themselves that look like her, and they don't want to admit that they're toxic too. This is now the second person in the house, the second person that she's dated in all of 5 weeks that has said the exact same thing, which shows us that she is not actually growing and evolving. And we just keep excusing the behavior. This is the second person who said, please stop interrupting me. You're being controlling. You're combative. You're always finding a reason and finding a excuse to deflect and not take true accountability and ownership. Words without change behavior is just manipulation. Whether it be a pancake that's off, or whether it be that she's not happy about the way someone's speaking to her, or whether it be that she's cursing at somebody or interrupting somebody mid-sentence or making it all about her. Again, this is not a personal attack against her. I don't know the girl. But what I will say is I don't care what emotions are coming up. Those are valid, but the way that she's reacting and how she is acting towards people is not. You're allowed to have big emotions. You're not allowed to freak out on people and then say, well, that's how I feel. Sorry, babe, that's not taking accountability. And if you're somebody that wants to defend Huda, I need you to start to look at yourself and how you're showing up in your relationships too.
I agree 10,000 million trillion bajillion % with this. Now, here's the thing. Huda, throughout the entire show, I think, Serina, agree or disagree, she's probably the most toxic of everybody on the show.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, her toxic behavior consists of narcissism, entitlement, a ton of different things. Now, specifically on the finale, there's a scene where she sits down with the guy that she's been talking to, Chris, and she says, listen, she initiates the conversation and says, I think there's things we need to talk about if we want to move forward, to figure out how to move forward because we're kind of butting heads. Chris says, perfect. Let me tell you my concerns. As he begins to tell her, as soon as she hears something she doesn't like, her hands go on her face and she starts to pout. And then she rolls her eyes and then she interrupts again. And it's like, there's no actual growth from you because what you continue to do, like, I can't even talk, it makes me so mad. What you continue to do is every time you hear something you don't like, you throw a fit and then you make it about you. Narcissism
and immaturity, right?
Yes, your partner's supposed to be your mirror, and at the end of the day, you're not always gonna like what you see in the mirror. I know when I wake up and look in the actual mirror, I'm like, ugh, how could anyone like this? That's just a mirror, and that's what it is. And if your partner's telling you something that they don't like, you don't have to accept it, but you have to understand that at the end of the day, you did make them feel that way, and your intent does not matter. You caused this, whether you meant to or not, and so now it's your responsibility, if you want to be a good partner, to at least hear them out. Yes. Correct?
Yeah, it's just like when my kids, like my daughter will accidentally smack my son in the face, and I'd be like, say sorry. She's like, well, I didn't mean to do it. I was like, but you still hit him if you run into someone, you say sorry to him.
Yes.
Serena, what are your thoughts?
So I thought she was very toxic, and there's a lot of trauma there, but I don't want to say that it can't be fixed. I think that she needs to accept that maybe she does need therapy, and she is really young. But yeah, she did not grow within the show. But also, I do feel like the people around her, they almost enabled it. And that's another thing. Like, if there is someone in your life like this, like, are they being enabled? Because, yeah, they let her go on for I don't know how many seasons. She could have been kicked off, and they still kept her there. So, in a sense, like, no one's helping her grow either.
On top of that, I don't even know if I'm the right person to speak on this. I'm sure some woman's gonna get mad at me, and I'm sorry in advance. But I feel like no. I feel like there's a lot of really attractive women that use their sexuality against men. They almost weaponize their sexuality. And so, like, one of the big things on the show, the guy that Hood is talking to is like, hey, I really want you to kiss me in front of everybody and show, public affection. And she's like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. But then when she does a challenge, she literally slides up and down on a pole, claps her ass cheeks, and licks everyone on the face. And it's like, you can't say you're not into PDA when you do all of that. And then you literally have sex under the covers with everyone's in the same room. Like, and then she complains so he addressed his concern, and she's like, okay, but she did nothing about it. But then she complains that he doesn't give her enough physical attention, and she admits that she loves when men chase her and do all of this. It's like you're so into being the center of attention that you don't know how to be a partner.
Again, she needs a lot of self-work on herself, but I will have her back on this one part because when she
we just ran out of time, but no, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Because when she was, doing all these things with Jeremiah, everyone's like, oh, she's just all over him, and they're both love bombing each other, blah, 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 blah. So couldn't that have got into her head as that's why she's not showing all this affection to Chris? Because she was doing that, and all the Islanders were talking stuff about her.
You guys know that all this is shot in Universal Studios Lot 3, right?
No, this was in Fiji. This was in Fiji. One of the main things that stood out to me specifically in the TikTok that we just heard was words without changed behavior is just manipulation. We have a listener by the name of Claudia on the line. I want to get her take on it. Next. Words without changed behavior is just manipulation. It is Tino Cochino Radio. Think about that for a second. That's a hell of a quote, right? Words without changed behavior is just manipulation. That's from a TikTok I saw referencing the TV show Love Island and the behavior of one of the contestants, Huda, who basically, Serena, I'm not lying when I say she was probably the most toxic on the show, right?
No, she was crazy.
She had
a baddie, though.
She had multiple crash outs. Yes, she's an attractive woman, but that's the problem, is that's why she thinks she can act that way. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm really just curious to get your take. Even if you haven't seen the show, do you agree with that statement? Words without changed behavior is just manipulation. Claudia?
I agree. I think, yes, always your actions have to match your words, in life in general. You can't say you love someone and then you show otherwise and you're not proving it, or, I agree with that.
I'm glad you said love. I have a tattoo on my left shoulder that says love is action, because I believe in that. Like in anything, right? Like with whatever you love. You can say, I love you to a partner. I love my job. I love whatever. But do your actions speak to that? Like you could say a million different things. I'm going to do this with my life. I'm going to go here. I'm going to be this person. But if you don't take the action steps required to make this happen, then it's all talk.
Correct. Yes, I agree.
Okay, I'm just making sure I wasn't crazy.
Oh my God.
Coming up next.
Tino Cochino Radio.
Are you smarter than Nicasio?
Let's go.
Listen, man, we can make you a winner today. All you got to do is play the game, and it's coming up next on Tino Cochino Radio. Are you smarter than Nicasio, baby? Let's see. I know we got some dope prizes to get you hooked up with today. Tickets for pretty much everything. We'll let you pick Line 1, Matt?
Yes.
All right. Hello, this is Derek, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Glad to have you on, man. Listen, Nicasio is going to give you a question. He'll follow it with some multiple choice answers. Just go with whichever one you think it is, and then we're going to get you hooked up because I know you're going to get it, okay?
All right, cool. Sounds good.
Which president once told Shaquille O'Neal he could never be president because his head wouldn't fit through the door of the Air Force One?
Damn.
Is it A, President Bush, B, President Obama, or C, President Washington?
We'll go with Bush.
No, it's not.
Damn. All right. It's all right.
Damn.
It's all right. Let's try again. We've got President Washington or President Barack Obama.
We're going to go with Barack Obama.
There you go. There you go. Don't think Shaq was around when old George Wash was around.
That's my favorite basketball player.
Obama?
No. Dang.
Coming up next.
Tino Casino Radio.
Ladies, have you ever wondered, why am I always getting cheated on? Or, why do guys always cheat?
Oh my God.
There is a man that has explained why women get cheated on, and we'll share it with you next. Being cheated on sucks. It's just one of the things. I don't know if it gets better with age, and then you're just like, you kind of get it because
deal with it.
people just do whatever, but it's never fun. Serena, you've been cheated on before or no?
Yes.
How, did it like hurt? Like,
Well, yeah, it hurts, of course.
Like, did you feel like your heart was broken? Like, cause you're probably younger, right?
Yeah, it was when I was way younger, though. So, like, way before my husband and stuff.
I mean, how? But you got it with your husband young. Like, how old were you when it happened?
Me and him started dating consistently when I was like 20.
No, not your husband, the cheater.
Oh, I was like 18.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's
not
really
that far away.
Yeah.
Not that far away.
So when Nicasio first sent this to me, he was like, yo, this is why women get cheated on. But then I realized that he didn't really read through it all the way. And actually what it is, this is a man telling another man why men get cheated on in relationships. Because I feel like you don't hear about it as much, but I honestly think that's just because women are more slick about it.
I think women are more loyal than men.
No.
In 2025?
No.
Yes.
No.
Overall, yeah.
I don't know,
still
man.
think
So for some clarity, the post or that the account that he found this post is at Toxic Hood Boys. So clearly it's credible.
They tell it like it is.
Why do you follow them?
It says, hey, this is exactly why most of y'all get cheated on. You lay next to a woman who treats your needs like an inconvenience. She withholds intimacy like it's some kind of reward you gotta earn. 2 weeks go by and you still play the understanding boyfriend while she plays the victim.
Ooh.
That ain't love. That's manipulation. And you're just too afraid to admit she doesn't even like you like that anymore. A real man wouldn't beg for attention. He would disappear and let her sit with the silence she created.
God.
Like, who are you guys dating? Jeez.
Good boys, Serena. Toxic good boys.
That sounds wild. So you agree, Nicasio?
I mean, it's crazy. Like you shouldn't have to beg for like intimacy and stuff like that. Like if you guys are one, she should know that she has to give it to you. Like
that
you should.
sounds-
She doesn't
No,
have to do
That
anything.
sounds a little crazy.
You guys always take it there. That's not. You know what I mean? Like you're with someone, right? So that's like in house. Like that should. If that's the case, I'll go do it somewhere else then. If I can't get it where I'm at.
But also, like, the man needs to take care of her emotionally for her to even want to be physical with their partner.
But if he's doing everything that he can and
women
everything
don't-
that
He's not
she
doing
says,
But when you say that, I feel like most guys think they're doing everything they can because they're paying for everything. They need emotional stimulation.
I mean, the guy can't give them all. Like, he can't give everything to the girl. Like, she has to like know, like, hey, you know, he needs help right here. You know, he needs help doing this. Like, he
But
shouldn't
is the
just put that all
man
on him.
communicating that too?
I mean, I don't know. It's just why go through all this when you can just be single in your household and then save money and then, you know, also trick on a girl or go out and then get what you need and then come back to the house and be single and be happy.
Sounds like a miserable experience, though. You're not going to have a life partner.
I mean, Matt, your family's out of town and you love it.
Hi! Why'd you have to bring that up? But when we were together, I know that when I am actually attentive to my wife's emotional needs, you know, and like actually treating her really well all day, that at night, that stuff happens automatically because I've opened up the flower, if you will. Can I say that?
Sure. Yes. Pollinated.
Tino Radio.
All right, y'all. It's Tino Cochino, and I went to check out the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere residency. I went on the kickoff night. Man, first of all, I've never been to the Sphere. I feel like everybody I know's been. It's an experience. You got to see a show there. First of all, you would expect the lines to be crazy. Man, I got a drink in less than 10 minutes.
Oh.
The ushers and everybody working there is super nice. The venue is super modern. It literally does not matter where you sit. I don't think it's a bad seat in there. You could be standing on the floor. They made it seem like if you're on the floor, it's not a good experience, but it is.
I was gonna say, like, I seen this post and they put like 5 different views.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the middle and the top was the best view.
I think if you're in the middle, you get the full experience.
Yeah.
Left, right, up, down. But it's just, oh my God, it was so great. And I'm the type of person, like, I just like when people achieve goals. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And so in that, like, a couple of the guys cried. There's a,
oh my God,
there's a not a scene, but well, yeah, I guess a scene. There's a scene on the screen when they're doing one song and it's showing all their family moments of when they were kids with their parents, and some of them have lost their parents, so they were real big on the screen, and the pictures of them with their kids and their partners, and at one point the entire sphere is covered in their memories, and you could see them looking at it. Aww. And some of them started crying. Like one of the guys, how his dad passed away, he was there. Howie's mom was there to watch the show live, and she's 91.
Oh my gosh.
It was just cool family moments like that. And I was just thinking, like, man, imagine being them 25, 30 years ago, and like, yo, we're gonna do this music thing. And here they are all these years later, selling out this 20,000 seater. It's one of the, most impressive venues in the world, literally.
Right.
And they're still here all these years later doing it with fans top to bottom and their family there. And it was cool to see, man. And it's one of them things that just like that was motivating. And I was 11, I think, when their music came out. And so, that's part of my childhood.
You were a fan?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, I wanted to be in the group.
Over in sync?
Don't get me started there. Okay. Probably so. Yes, because they kept going. They're still going.
Yeah. I was going to say, even to look back when they did start out, because they weren't really getting paid, they were getting screwed over, and now to make it to where they're at now, and now like they're good on money, I feel like they made all that money back.
Probably. They would have to. And then
later on in life, though, right? They weren't making it when they're. That sucks.
Chrissy Teigen was there. Lance from NSYNC was there.
Crazy.
So many people. But just one, you have to go to the Sphere if you've never been, because it's just amazing. But two, the nostalgia from that is so dope, and it's just a good show. I don't know what else to say. It's just it's so worth it.
When they showed all the memories on the screen and everything, did they show all the girls they messed with?
I've always thought that, right?
Imagine they put all the girls up there.
Yeah, someone rigged it. Remember her from Detroit?
There's not enough pixels to include all them.
I don't know. It was a dope experience, and the merch was cool, and it was all like themed, like back then merch. It wasn't like they had like one current picture, but it all felt like the old school
prices,
stuff,
right?
Yeah, current prices for sure, for sure. But it's just I recommend it. Go see it if you're a fan, and even if you're not, I just think it's a cool experience to check out 1,000%. I saw this online, and I want to kind of just reference it. If you're new to the show, you have never heard about the fact that our co-host Nicasio did not give our co-host Serina a wedding gift.
Oh, we still on that?
He didn't.
He did not give her a gift, and he claimed that his presence was the present.
This is 3 years ago?
About to be.
That's crazy, right?
It was a destination wedding. It's crazy.
So there's an expert that spoke out and basically broke down how much you should spend on wedding gifts.
Oh, wow.
All right, so we're going to talk about it next. There is an expert that explains how much you should spend on wedding gifts. It's Tino Cochino Radio. I want to see if Serina and Matt, they're both married, agree on this. What's they say? What's they say? What's they say?
Can't
Bye. Let me know.
The average person usually gives $100, and that it's a myth to pay what your dinner costs. Because I feel like that's what people say, like, oh, whatever your dinner costs, that's usually what you should give back. They're saying, no, you don't have to do that. But if you're a ride or die, then you should go big. If it's just like an office acquaintance, then I don't know, whatever in your budget.
And it's per person, right? So if you go as a couple, you should give $200.
See, that's annoying though, because like, let's say you bring a new date. Right? They don't even know that person. Why should they have to give money to a stranger?
You'd have to pay it for that date.
I feel like $100 is good.
Like for and that covers both parties, or 100 a person?
I feel like 100 is good, like in total. I don't know. Like I wasn't looking to see like who gave me a gift and who didn't. The only reason Nicasio stands out is because he complained about everything. So it's like you're complaining about everything and you didn't give a gift.
And you can see why I didn't give a gift.
On top of that, does it bother you when you think about the fact that he spends money on wild things like $250 pairs of shoes? And then you're a friend that he's known.
I just think that I get annoyed when he makes it sound like my wedding couldn't go on without him in attendance.
And he wore a t-shirt to your wedding.
It went on because I was there.
He went on to spite you, not
Yes.
because of you.
So say I give you a good gift, right? And then you guys get a divorce. Do I get that gift back?
Why would you want a gift that you gave back?
Because it was
You don't know how gifts work?
Well, the gift was based on the marriage, and if it doesn't work out, get my gift back.
If you and your girl of 13 years, shout out to Amber, ever got married, and any of us did not give you a gift, you would not live that down. And I know that. For
I
a
wouldn't,
fact.
but I wouldn't trip because I have like a closed circle that would give me.
But like I'm
gifts.
saying, it's not the gift so much. It's the fact that you complain about my wedding all the time. Where it's like, if you're gonna complain, at least give me something.
Well, I just figure if you're gonna have a wedding, you would have like 5-star like food. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
good
gosh,
stuff.
stop it! It was
Then
great.
why are you making it about you?
Everything
You're
about
just
my
supposed to be
wedding
there to
was
support.
amazing.
I know, but it's just like, like you have guests. Like make sure you're like, serving them right.
And you brought your girlfriend. What did your girlfriend Amber say to you when she found out you didn't give a gift to Serina for her wedding?
She didn't care. She's like, we spent this much money to come here. Like, I wouldn't press you about it either. I said, okay, cool. That's a real one.
You guys are meant to be together.
Cheap mother.
Yeah, Jesus.
Let's talk Barbie. They have introduced the first doll with type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
That's good.
I have a question.
What are
It
we
might be a
doing?
mean question, but I want to ask it anyway. Next.
Oh no.
So Barbie just released the very first type 1 diabetic Barbie. She has the little like diabetic meter that goes on the arm.
What is that called? I know what you're talking about.
I thought it was
Matt,
I thought it was nicotine patch. We talked about that for the longest.
Matt has one.
It's a glucose.
This is a real question, and I promise you it's not with mean intent. Here's the thing. We're all about inclusion. So we have now included the diabetic Barbie. Love that. That's awesome. Where's thick Latina Barbie?
I don't know.
Like, let's just be real. Not every woman has the little Barbie stick body.
I think
right?
they have thicker Barbies. I'm
There's
not
a thick
100%
Barbie?
Sure.
But do we even want that?
Yes. What are you talking about?
I just
You like thick.
just give me the blonde Barbie, the normal Barbie, and that's it. Stop
Bobby.
me.
That's what he's into.
No, you heard he said the normal Bobby.
Yes, there
I'm
is.
from Boston.
I just want the normal Bobby.
There are
name's
curvy Barbies.
I've never seen them. Let me see. Show me. You have a picture?
There's a few of them.
We're doing too much.
No, I mean,
No, we're not.
that's not Kirby.
They're,
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
no.
not
No,
the
that's-
size of Barbie.
That's curvy.
Nah, we need a Thickums Barbie. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're being all inclusive, I want to see a Thickums Fenty model Barbie. You know what I'm saying? Like, Fenty was the one that actually did that at first. They started including everybody when it came to models, and they know what they're doing. They got the men, the women, the skinny, the bony, the thick. Like, that was the proper type of inclusion. And now we're just throwing I understand the relatability. There's a ton of people that have diabetes, and there's kids that have it, and
absolutely.
I understand that. I'm not shaming it. I'm just saying if we're gonna be inclusive, let's be inclusive.
Yeah.
And show some love to my ladies with curves.
Maybe it's in the works.
I mean,
No,
Well, I feel like every
what,
year.
diabetic Barbie?
Well, I feel like every month or so they're launching a new Barbie.
I'll tell you what's next: the BBL Barbies.
That's what I'm saying. Where's BBL Barbie? Where's homeless Barbie?
Yeah.
Where's
We don't need BBL Barbie.
middle-aged white man Ken? That's what I'm looking for.
I bet you are.
I'm at
In real life, you're not even talking about the doll.
Tino Casino Radio.